They say you're never too old to start something new. Well, I'm here to tell you that's absolutely true. Whether it's gardening, a passion project, or even starting a YouTube channel. I started a garden, a no-dig garden, a few years ago. It's not something I'm familiar with. I had a garden over 20 years ago in my other house, and I don't know if I kept it up for more than 2 years, but every time I've had a garden for whatever amount of time, I've always enjoyed it, but I just never have had the time or the knowledge to keep it going. I've also grown herbs and different things in planters. I've always done that every year, whether I am successful or not. I do try to do that, but it's only been this last few years that I have really gotten more interested in it and more in love with it. And it's even nicer because my husband now appreciates it also. We've really benefited from the no-dig garden this year that passed and the previous year, because we were able to collect our own lettuce, and it was just nice to have our own tomatoes, lettuce, and beets and radishes and the few things that I grew up there. All I can tell you is it lasted a lot longer in the fridge. When I picked it, washed it, and put it in the fridge, it didn't go brown and wilty right away like the store-bought stuff does. I am so excited to expand my garden at the top of my yard there. I'm trying to figure out how to level out this raised bed. Our yard at the top there is quite slanted, and that's one of the reasons I opted to try one of these raised beds with the sides, because when I was doing the no-dig garden, the dirt tends to just kind of start flowing and falling away from the area that's meant for the garden. And then my husband made a point of, make sure that this is level before I start filling it. Otherwise I'll have gaping holes underneath. So that's what I was doing there. I'm also doing exactly as I did with the no-dig garden. I put the cardboard down just to prevent the grass and the weeds from coming up, and then on top of that I'll build it up. I had to watch a lot of videos to figure out how you're supposed to do this. One suggestion is to get some cut down tree stumps, preferably older, and my sister suggested to get some firewood like this and to use that, which was a good idea. I could have driven further away because people were giving away free, stumps and logs, but I just didn't have the time to do that. Plus, if the bigger they were, the harder it was for me to pick them up and then also carry them all the way to the top up here. Then another option for filling the raised bed was using garden waste, and that brought up the level a little bit higher, and it's also that you don't have to fill it up with really good soil and pay a lot of money for that. So that's the purpose of all this filling. There's a few reasons that I really found the no-dig garden good for us, and I've mentioned that in the video, but it's really about the type of soil and earth that we have. And there's a lot of rock and a lot of hard stuff to try to dig through, and then because it's up a hill, we have to carry things up and down, so that wasn't going to be something I wanted to do. I wanted something that disturbed the earth the least and was the most sustainable. And the no-dig garden really worked for the last few years. But we have a very slopey yard. We've been here 20 years now in this house. I found it difficult to keep the dirt in the area, so I started looking at these grow boxes, raised beds, and my niece has this particular one, so I wanted to try it out. It's still the same as the no-dig. I put it down and there's no bottom to it. Then I laid down my cardboard over the earth that was there. I didn't do anything to that. And then I just added, built up. And this is all a learning curve. I've had to do a lot of Googling and searching on YouTube for educational videos on what I should be doing and how to build it up, because this is quite a tall raised bed. And there's a good and bad to that. But I've had to do a lot of reading and figuring out what I should do. And this is the fun part of it too, that I'm learning right now. It's a new hobby that's a sustainable hobby, that's something that we can grow our own food. So even though it's for fun, it's going to help our family and be beneficial to our health in the long run. Oh, how I wish it wasn't raining today. And this is morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's so dark out. This is going to be hard. I've got 8 big bags to carry up to the top, and I wish I'd done it the other day when it was nice out. I'm worried this isn't going to be enough, and I'm going to have to get more, because this is going to go down deep into all the crevices and it's going to disappear. And I even did the math on this. Not only is this a learning project for me, where I have to educate myself, because as I said, I'm not a gardener, so I don't know my plants all that well. So I have to learn about that. I have to learn about soil. I have to learn a whole bunch of things, which is good. And the other part of it is it's extremely physical, especially right now, the beginning stages. We have a hill, so the side of the house from the driveway to even just the back patio, we have to climb several stairs. And then from the patio, it's several stairs also. I think I carried up 14 bags of manure and topsoil. So I don't know what each of those bags weigh, but I was huffing and puffing. It was a lot of work. So I'm sure I won't be having to do this every year, that part of it. The initial stages are the most work. So I will be adding more of these raised beds, so that'll be a bunch of work. But I'll also have to carry up supplies and more soil and compost, I'm sure, and that's going to be a workout. So this is benefiting my health in so many different ways. It's helping my brain because I have to learn. It's keeping me excited, and that's good for my brain. And it's physically demanding, so that's good for my body. Plus, I really like the fact that it's a kind of a sustainable way and to grow my own food. It's obviously better quality. It may not look as pretty, but it's really good quality. You're never too old to learn something new, and whether it's something like this YouTube channel that I've had to learn how to edit and figure out how a camera works because I have no idea, or to gardening, there's always something to learn. And right now I don't have as much time for all these side projects, having to work full time still. But down the road, I'm going to have a lot of time, and it's going to be full of a lot of the things I enjoy doing, which is the gardening and making videos. And I know that even if I didn't, even if I had all the money in the world, I know myself that I would be doing something like volunteer work locally and maybe even abroad. And of course, enjoying my time traveling and doing a lot of fun things too. Okay, finally the fun part. I've got some seeds left over from the summer. I've made my little identifying sticks, and I've got some plants. Not a lot because there wasn't that much left at the nursery, but I've got some garlic, Russian garlic bulbs, the purple garlic, which I love. I got some Swiss chard, 2 types of cabbage. That's all I've got. It even stopped raining now, and I ended up having to go get 6 more of those bags and carry them up here. I did that when I went to get the plants from the nursery, and I carried them up here in the pouring rain and then had a shower because I was soaked, and now it stopped raining. Oh good, I brought 2 gloves for the same hand. That's okay, I don't really need these. Do you like Swiss chard? I use it like kale. It tastes nice sauteed and chopped up. I think you can add it to most anything. I think I'm gonna plant these kind of staggered, and this is a 4x6, and in the spring, this is an experiment. In the spring I want to do maybe 3x6, another couple of them side by side here with some space in between. And I'm sure I need to top this up with soil. I just couldn't handle carrying any more up here. I just want to get it started. So we'll see how much this settles down and how much I'll have to add to it. There's so much to learn, and this project here, starting at October 1st, is basically a test. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it's a learning opportunity, and I may have to do things very differently next year, but I'm learning as I go. And it's really important just to start. Whether you're really sure of something or not, it's good to just start, because if you don't, you'll always be wondering, what if? Because I'm just learning how to garden, I'm not the person to follow for advice regarding it. But if you want to learn more about gardening and you want me to make videos explaining exactly what I've been doing with the raised bed and the no-dig gardening, then you can leave me a comment and I'll try to answer it, and I'll try to make a video about it. I also have planted things right from seedlings that I bought at the nursery, and I have planted and grown successfully a lot of different vegetables from seeds. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know. And also, I do have a newsletter that I send out a couple of times a month, and I'm just experimenting with that. But if you'd like to keep in touch, sign up for the newsletter, and I'll have a link for that in the description below. Whether it's gardening, learning a new skill, or starting a passion project like YouTube, the key is just to start and keep growing. No matter what you're passionate about, just remember it's never too late to start. And every little step and every small change makes a big difference in the long run. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.